Okay. So I'll ask you this question again. At some point, they're going to release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Do you want them to tweak things, or would you rather them leave it exactly the same?
See, some things I think could be tweaked, but at the same time, being how stupid it was what made it so good.
Okay, you see, that's... Yeah, I fully agree with that argument. That this game has it's... everything is bullshit, therefore nothing is bullshit kind of thing.
Like, you can use the stupidest crap and still actually play.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for one particular class.
And there's lots of dynamic. You can really make a class to your playstyle. You can really fine tune it and just do whatever the fuck you want. Now, I think there just needs to be quality of life shit. Like, okay, the elephant in the room is like this shit right here. The fucking one-man army noob tubes. So you could attack this from like a bunch of different angles, right? So you could either just outright nerf the grenade launcher, like you could give it one grenade or something, and that wouldn't like completely solve the problem, but I feel like a lot less people would noob tube because it would feel less enjoyable having to like one-man army after every shot, I guess.
It would make it more difficult, but you could do the same thing by just lowering the explosions of all the explosives on there. Like,
you could lower the damage.
Like, remember how it was in COD 4, and they even dumbed it down in Modern Warfare 3. This is the only one that they left it like, no, we're going to keep it so it kills everybody within a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, okay, so then here, there's lots of different angles. So, alright, obviously, I think COD 4 and World at War both did this. If you put a grenade launcher on, you lost your first perk.
Yeah,
that would solve the problem in its entirety, because then you couldn't use Scavenger or one-man army. So then you'd just get 2 noob tubes. And noob tubes are fucking strong, you know what I mean? So it's not like it would just suck having them. That's like 2 free kills, basically. Yeah. So if you really are shit at the game, you can at least get 2 free ones. But
that's true, because you can still use danger close.
So I think that's a simple fix they could do. But if you really want to get like more in depth with it, they could rework one-man army to maybe make the pro do something different, because at the moment pro just makes it quicker. So imagine if one-man army, like, no one had pro, it was just normal, and it took that long to change classes. I think it's like 6 seconds if you don't have pro, and it's like 3 if you do.
Yeah, I can see that making a difference. Because if you can't switch that fast, then you're going to be screwed by the time it gets there.
It would definitely help, I think. That's one angle. Another angle would be just removing one-man army in its entirety, because the only fucking thing it's used for is to refill noob tubes and claymores, I guess.
That's true, but think about nowadays with all the competitions and everything, and this might become that kind of thing. One-man army is a really good perk to have in certain game modes.
Alright, but okay. See, like, they could... I would have them replace it with a different perk. Not just delete it, but like replace it with something else. But Scavenger does exactly the same thing as one-man army, basically, but in like a healthier way.
Yeah, that's true.
That's see, like, no one's gonna run one-man army and then be like, oh fuck, I need a sniper, and like whip. I don't know about. I mean, maybe
it's a possibility. Like I said, certain. Actually, you know what, that class would. One-man army would work so much better in Battlefield.
All right.
Situational as fuck on that one, but
right, in a game like that. But in a game like this, all it's doing is refilling noob tubes. So I feel like if this game ever was like, if the remastered version became like a competitive esport or something, I could see one-man army smokes being really fucking stupid on like a coordinated team.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be absolute AIDS. So that might be something to look into if this game ever became a esport or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an easy fix with thermal, and a lot of people like running thermal.
Yeah.
You're one of those people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, then you could maybe counter with thermal scopes, although there's, only snipers are really good with thermals. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that unfolds.
Well, some of the single shot DMR types.
Yeah, but I feel like competitive teams could probably abuse unlimited smokes. Maybe, I could be wrong.
Yeah, among other things.
So I think another angle would be, if we look in here, I don't have a problem with any of these, except now this is the danger close perk. Because all this perk is used for is to noob tube with. There's like literally... Like,
well, that's not true. You can also use it with the RPGs and get really fucking stupid.
Okay, see. the problem, like, it's a griefing perk. You use it if you're just being an asshole, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's all that's there for.
I wouldn't be opposed to them just removing this perk and putting something else in there.
All right, but
there'd be like nostalgia elitist. You're like, oh, but my immersion you know, or so it's hard to say, like, because would noob tubes be as good without danger close? Like, probably not, I guess, but.
Maybe not, but they're still a lot better than they've ever been in any other Call of Duty.
Yeah, see what I mean? It's still kind of a small niche, you know, if you want to use it with RPGs or C4 or whatever. So I think attacking one-man army or the noob tube itself is better than hitting danger close. But it's still like...
I guess that would be one of the smaller things.
It would definitely be the most underused perk in here without noob tubes, I would say.
Everything else... Well, what do you really use lightweight for? I don't know. Personally, I never found that big a use for it. I guess if you're a more speed player, you can.
If you want to really, really bring home the run and gun, also you can do the whole knife-only thing.
Yeah,
but,
I guess.
I would say in a competitive setting, lightweight would probably be useless. Because in Search and Destroy, I don't know. It's more of a like ground war-esque thing, or maybe domination running around.
Okay, all right, yeah, I guess so.
Obviously, the two strongest perks are just stopping power and cold-blooded. But
hardline is for people like me who suck and need a little help getting their kill streaks.
Yeah, so that's open for debate. And then in this, the most controversial perk in here is probably Commando. All right, so.
Oh, Commando.
Oh, fuck, I just dropped the controller. Okay.
Now, here's some teasing that personally should probably be looked into. I don't know if it's still in effect because it was a long time ago, but the akimboed USPs with the Commando perk on.
Yeah, they could definitely... That would just be an easy like glitch fix that they should definitely do.
Yeah, because that's all it is. It's a glitch, but it's ridiculous.
See, now, I feel like... Now, hear me out here. I know most people would like to see Commando just deleted and burned to the ground, but I feel like I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it if it was, like, consistent, you know? Sometimes it's, like, a good 5 feet of distance, and sometimes I'm getting knifed across that fucking map.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, like... It's not consistent, and if it was, like... You know, you could kind of calculate it to some degree. Like, maybe they could just tweak it to where like you kind of generally know the knife range of it, but as it stands, it's fairly random. It varies by like 10 feet. It's fucking.
That's what it feels like for shit.
Yeah, so that one.
Although the pro part of that perk is fantastic for your run and gun class, because you jump right off those buildings in favela and don't even care.
Yeah, no fall damage is definitely nice. So perhaps they could. I don't know, rework it into some other melee thing other than increased distance. Maybe you could knife faster.
Yeah, I think that would be better.
Yeah, I'm not sure how useful that would be. It doesn't sound that useful, but...
I mean, knifing's pretty fast, but the distance thing is so dumb. Like, it was one thing when you're playing the Michael Myers games or those other dumb things you did in private matches, but... In actual games, that's so dumb.
Or maybe like it replaced your knife with like a Bowie knife or like a sword or something that you could physically see the increased distance. It wasn't like a lunge. It was just like like an actual like physical sword or some shit.
Well, then you get back. Well, actually, because when they remastered COD 4, they added in the melee stuff. So that would actually be a good contribution to that kind of stuff.
To just extend the range a bit. It's kind of like, you know, it'd be kind of like a bayonet, but you know, that's something they could change it to is just a fucking rifle bayonet, but in a perk form, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the other perk in here is just kind of Scrambler, like, it's fucking worthless because it works against you.
Yeah, although it does work against you, but the pro version for, like, serious search and destroy games could be useful.
However, sitrep exists. So
yes, and that is better, but
because giving away your position is ass. Just take sitrep, and you know I've never really. I feel like I never noticed a difference. Louder enemy footsteps. I don't know. I need to like test that because I don't think I ever had like a super high quality headset like I do now where I could maybe notice a difference.
The old Turtle Beaches were good, but it wasn't like what you got now.
Yeah. So I'd like to maybe see them rework Scrambler into something slightly more useful, you know?
It's
because
it's just bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what they could possibly change it to. I'm sure someone could come up with something. The delay claymore thing is decent. However, I think sitrep kind of fills that niche already. But they could keep that, just change the first bit that makes it unviable.
Yeah. I don't see it yet. There's just not any use for when you jam enemy radar
maybe
near you.
They could make it so that maybe you're just off the radar in general when you're in proximity with someone. You can't be seen.
Cold-blooded takes.
Okay, but hear me out. If you had Scrambler on, you could shoot without a silencer, and they still wouldn't be able to see you. Maybe.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So cold-blooded, you need a silencer as well.
So if you could even keep that so it's not too broken.
Right.
Where if anybody near you is not going to see you on the map.
I could say anybody near you couldn't see you on the map, and you could shoot and stuff. Maybe if they had a UAV, they could. I'm not sure. That might be a bit too broken. So maybe if there's a UAV in the air, then
if you really wanted to be sneaky, then you put the cold-blooded.
Yeah, then you could do cold-blooded and Scrambler, and that might just be absolutely.
That would actually be pretty good.
That would be. See, I guess maybe that's a good compromise because then you'd be giving up your silent footsteps to be stealthy. So maybe that might be a bit overtuned, but that's kind of a good shout, I think, depending on how wide the proximity is, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's dive into the nitty gritty here. Let's get into the weapons. Now, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think any of the weapons in this game are really I'd have any issues with, to be honest.
Again, I'm still for it. The M4 is just the most well-rounded. Anybody can use it. It just takes a little bit of skill.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you though, the ACR makes the M4 fucking useless. Though.
Yeah, well, there's probably a reason you don't get that at the beginning of the game.
That's true. You do get this at 67 or some shit. However, I think the silenced TAR is the best gun in the game. I think. I'll do some further testing, but just from feeling it out, it seems like
that is probably one of the better ones. That and the M16 holographic.
Yeah, that's definitely good. The problem is with the M16, then you don't get the silencer, so it's kind of plus the TAR is better up close. But I would use the M16 at super far ranges.
I guess derail.
The FAL, there's the modded controller problem, I guess, with that, which has just kind of plagued COD forever.
Yeah, we used to call it the fail for a reason.
Yeah, maybe you could give it a really short magazine. That way people without modded controllers wouldn't really notice that big of a difference, and mods would. Then again, you could put extended mags on.
And the same problem would be there again.
But at least you would kind of force people to take bling in a way, because you have to put a hollow sight on the FAL to get the one-shot headshots. So
that's one thing that's always been what's always kind of weird for me with this game, because I don't really notice it on most other COD games or really any other shooters. It's this one in particular, when a certain sight is on your gun, things change.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is full of little wacky
with the
Easter
silencer,
that.
I can understand that. That's always made a difference in any video game. But you put a sight on here that's just basically a more nifty red dot. Yeah,
the hollow is pretty much always better than the red dot. It makes it more accurate. It makes just about every single gun more accurate. And in the FAL's case, it gives it more damage. For some reason, yeah. But I kind of like those little Easter eggs, because that's something maybe a casual player wouldn't know, and as you progress, then you would figure out those little things like that.
It's kind of neat. Although with the TAR, you learn real fast why you don't want a red dot on that or the F2000.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Absolutely.
You can't see anything. It's as simple as that.
Going with submachine gun.
The Uzi needs to be more up front, because no one really wants that thing when they unlock.
Yeah, this is. I think the SMG class has a bit more depth to it than people think, because obviously the UMP just kind of dominates in most situations.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the best one.
But you see, the
P90 would probably be my next one.
The thing is, I feel say in a competitive setting, if the ranges were longer, you would just use an assault rifle, and for close range maps like Vacant or something.
Yeah.
The UMP gets outgunned by just about every other submachine gun in here. Maybe not the Mini Uzi, but the MP5K.
You guys kind of know what you're doing with that one, though. That's not just a pick up and go.
Oh, it's trash at range for sure, which is why the UMP is just better usually. But it has the same damage as the UMP, but it shoots faster. So it would get outgunned up close for sure.
Yeah.
And then the same with the Vectors, like maxed out fire rate. And the P90s.
For actual, like, close range encounters, I can see that.
Yeah.
But because the UMP can double almost as a small assault rifle in larger scale maps.
It's a jack of all trades kind of. But maybe in competitive play, I could see them niching out for one of the other choices because of it being better up close.
Yeah.
So the problem is that like shotguns exist as fucking secondaries in this. So that's even better up close. You know what I mean? So
we'll tear you to
it'd be
shreds.
interesting. LMGs. I mean, in a competitive setting, I don't think these would ever be used in general. Just maybe for like a super niche, like suppressive fire, you use like an RPD extended mag.
The RPD, I think, is still the best one. I mean,
easily.
It's the 2-shot. That is the 2-shot gun in this class. As much as I love the H-bar, that's the truth.
The H-bar is also a 2-shot, actually. It's just that the RPD is more accurate, though.
It's just
the H-bar reloads faster.
Yeah, and you can even put extended mag on that, and you still get the faster reload.
So it's I would say the H-bar or the RPD are...
Everything else is just, well, like the L86 is just...
Yeah, I think the RPD is a bit more accurate than the H-bar. That's really what sets it apart, I think. So all the other LMGs are hot garbage, comparatively at least.
Yeah.
And then if we move into the snipers, I think all of these are viable except the WA-2000. The fucking Wazoo is pretty nifty, pretty hot trash.
There's no reason to pick it over on this, like anything else. It doesn't matter what it is.
So I think maybe if some guys got a hard on for the EBR, then in competitive you could if you wanted to. But I think the Barrett, it would be exclusively the Barrett in competitive. Mm-hmm. But I like that for casual play you have all these weird options to use if you wanted to. But there is a clear best, so that would.
The Barrett, yeah. The intervention can be good in competitive, I think, but you got to be on point with your accuracy.
There's literally no reason. There's nothing the intervention does better than the Barrett. Literally zero things. So, yeah. And well, we don't
how about that?
That's just a nice little troll thing you can do.
I will say, the Riot Shield is good on the close range maps.
It's cheesy.
Because, you just bust out your shotgun as a secondary and you mow the motherfuckers down.
I am just going to skim through these here because,
it's pretty, well...
I don't think there's anything you really need to change. I mean, the RPG can be kind of annoying, but...
I think the RPG needs to go down to 1 shot, because that's only for people.
Then it would be useless, because then the AT4 would be better. The only thing that makes your RPG better is you get 2.
Okay, no, that's true. Alright, well, then we go back...
Just make it less accurate.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. It
is
kind of
RPG was really bad.
I don't know. It's a bit obnoxious, I would say. But
well, it goes right back to the grenade launcher. You fix the perks or you fix the actual explosive range. It's
or the accuracy.
It's one of the two.
I don't know. The pistols are kind of... The 44 is like...
compared to the rest of what you can get?
Well, not necessarily, because you can whip out a pistol faster than any other secondary. So on a sniper class, I feel like pistols are the way to go. Because you're always switching your secondary all the time.
Alright, well, in that case, I would... But the Desert Eagle isn't worth...
Well, yeah, that's the problem, though. The 44 just kind of outshines all the other ones.
The USP isn't... I think the USP is better than the M9 if you wanted to go for a silence pistol.
They're roughly the same, honestly. There's hardly any difference between them.
I don't know. The feel might be better.
Yeah.
But if you wanted a silence pistol for your sniper class for some reason...
I think the shotguns are fine, actually. I like the diversity. There's something for everybody in here, and none of them are terrible, except maybe the models. But
unfortunately,
yeah,
they're still usable, just like the Rangers are.
Right, but it's just
they have
a model over spas. Nah.
No. I mean, And then overall, I mean, the AA-12
Yeah.
is one of the best secondaries.
I think the machine pistols are in a decent spot as well because all of these are usable and decent.
No, they're not.
Alright.
The TMP is complete trash.
If you put extended mags on it, it's okay. I still think it's a shittier PP2000.
No, it is usable.
Okay.
It is usable.
Okay. Perhaps the TMP is not that good.
Like the PP2000 is actually pretty good. I mean, it is the first machine pistol you get, so.
Yeah.
And then G18, you kind of have to akimbo it to actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's absolutely horrid if it's not akimbo.
Oh yeah, you have to have the akimbo, and then the replica. Honestly, I'd have it either way.
Right, but I like all those small weapon niches. I think that's part of what makes this game what it was. Alright, last thing we need to get into is the kill streak rewards here. And I don't think we need to, like, delete anything or like that. I think we just need to change the, like, actual order of them. So, so everything's good. We get to counter UAV. Now, counter UAV is, like,
mildly useless.
I think they just need to put counter UAV on the same page as UAV, so 3 kills.
Yeah.
So now we have UAV, counter UAV at 3, and then care package at 4. That's fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then I would move the sentry gun to 4 as well. So now you're thinking like, okay, do you want a random fucking kill streak from the care package, or do you just want to flat out get a sentry gun?
Yeah, because alright, you got your 5th kill. Do you really want a sentry gun over a predator missile? Not really.
Absolutely not. So I think
you're more likely, I think, to get killed trying to get the package with the sentry in it than sitting there on your computer with the predator.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal, or maybe even care package at 5. It's hard.
I don't know. All right.
Better.
It is better.
Would you rather have a care package or a sentry? I feel like the sentry gun is one of the more like shit things you could get in a care package.
Yeah, and
it's like
honestly,
resupply UAV, counter UAV, and then like sentry gun.
Yeah, and you can get. That's the problem though, because care package is so low. I think randomly generated wise, like percentiles, it's meant to give you kind of the lesser stuff.
Well, yeah.
More often that you're going to get the good stuff.
So you would leave care package at 4 along with sentry gun, or would you bump it to 5?
Oh no, I would leave it at 4.
Okay.
Because the likeliness you're going to get anything above, let's say, the 6 kill streak range is kind of low. The attack helicopter is the most common I've seen as far as the high stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So I could agree with that. I'd like care package and sentry at 4. I could go with that. Now we get to 5 and we have predator missile. Now I think we need to put precision airstrike at 5. And all right, here's where it gets a little wild, because I feel like I would take a predator missile over a precision airstrike for sure. I feel like a predator is like almost a guaranteed kill, whereas a precision, you don't know what. Like you might get a kill. You're happy if you get a kill with it.
When they did that, I guarantee it was just more for the nostalgia. Like that's what it was. It was 3 kills UAV,
right, so put it
6
at
for
5.
precision, and then
I think precision should be at 5, and I think you should put predator and attack helicopter at 6.
Yeah, because
I feel like that's a more even comparison. Most of the time the attack helicopter is garbage, but it'll probably at least get you 1 kill,
if not 2. Which, in the sense of things, at 5 kills between the predator and that.
Yeah, and also it could just
sense.
get shot down immediately, whereas your predator wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good balance, like 6 for predator and attack helicopter at 6. Okay, so there's that. Then I think Harrier is so good, but
Would you put anything after it below it though? That's the thing. Other than the attack helicopter, because between the two, like it doesn't make any sense that they're both 7 kills.
Would you rather have a Harrier or a stealth bomber?
I think I'd still take the Harrier.
Right. See, I feel like those are more close in comparison. Maybe move stealth bomber to 7.
Yeah.
You think?
I would think so, because it's a little ridiculous. I get 9 kills. And I get a stealth bomber.
So
all right, that's going to cover the map.
I thought about it. I was like, maybe I wouldn't want people stealth bombing that often. But then again, having a Harrier that often is already obnoxious. So the Harrier just does so much.
The stealth bomber is pretty situational.
Yeah. Plus, yeah,
it has to be depending on the open area, or it's not going to do that.
Like on Wasteland or something, you might swap over to stealth bomber. Okay, so
like on bailout. You might catch that stray guy running out in the street.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody else is inside.
I could get behind that. Yeah, stealth bomber moved to 7. That sounds good to me. Then emergency airdrop at 8 is fine. Then Pavlo at 9 is fine. Okay, so my problem here is the EMP. Like, okay, currently where it is, no one's gonna fucking 15 for an EMP. That's atrocious, right? But then I picture it being like lower on the list, and it would be really fucking annoying if people were just EMPing all the time.
Yeah,
So
that is alright. You remember the old ground war matches? You get into it, and it's been less than 5 minutes. You got AC-130s in the air, fucking Harriers, copters.
Yeah,
the sky is full of kill streaks, and it's ridiculous. I think that's what that was for. It wasn't for the small stuff. This was for the big ass 30 people games.
It lasts a long time, yeah.
Exactly.
I would maybe just bump it down to 10, honestly. I think that's a good compromise. It's still high enough to where it's not being spammed, but it's also, maybe you'd run it, not at 15. I think 10 is good, because would you rather have an EMP or a chopper gunner? Like,
yeah.
Probably a chopper gunner. So maybe...
That would make sense. Well, I don't know. You might even want to keep it with the chopper gunner and the AC-130, because the chopper gunner can actually get shot down fairly fast if it's targeted.
Yeah,
because it only takes you a quick slip of the class, die, come back, and take it out.
I think we'll see. We got emergency at 8, and then Pavlo at 9, and then EMP at 10, and then you got the 2 on 11. I feel like that's
it would be a little much to have all 3 at 11. But do you really want...
Right, because then you couldn't choose both in that case. See, in this, if it's at 10, you could have an EMP and a chopper gunner instead of having to choose between those 3. Mm-hmm. Because would you rather take chopper gunner or an EMP? Like, probably a fucking chopper gunner. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you'd have the option of running it. So I think that'd be that right there. What we just did is, you could maybe tweak that a little bit better, but that is already miles better than the current.
Oh yeah, considering what it is.
Yeah.
There's one thing we didn't really touch on. It's not something I would count on in a competition sense, but getting an EMP and having that in your back pocket if you're in a big game, like competition wise, would be really, really good.
Yeah.
Now, again, that's completely... Can you even get those kills before...
Right, a 10-kill streak in Search and Destroy is a pretty hefty...
Well, I wasn't suggesting Search. Like competitive, bigger game kind of thing.
Maybe. I think if there was ever going to be competitive COD, it would probably be Search only.
Search and some Team Death, I guess.
Maybe you could rock some Team Death. That might be interesting. But
that's just throwing it out there.
Yeah. All right. That's about it. Covered pretty much everything.
I think a nuke should be only 10 kills.
Yeah, nuke, 10 kill hardline. That would be really not cancerous at all.
Oh no, that'd be great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that about sums that up.